stop cultivating a sense of self-worth based on somebody else's validation. It's time to become a new you, mentally, emotionally well. Let this shit go. Shame, hurt, insecurities, and triggers. Reclaim your power. When you don't know who you are, you give others the power to define you. What others think about you doesn't matter. What you think and say about yourself creates who and what you are. Ready to activate the power within you? Let's go. Now don't forget to like, comment, share this video, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. If you give them the power to validate you, you also give them the power to invalidate you. Listen, if something feels off with you, if something doesn't feel good in your energy, in your vibration, within you, your soul is trying to get your attention. Your soul is telling you that you are completely out of alignment with that which is your highest good. Your self-worth, your self-value should never be dependent on external validation. Because when you allow somebody else to make you feel good about yourself, you also give them the power to make you feel terrible about yourself. Narcissists play on that. Narcissists play on your weakness. They play on your lack of self-worth and your lack of self-value. They come into your life making you feel like you are the best thing since sliced bread, that you are the greatest thing walking. And the minute they get you in that hold, and then they want to now exercise their control and manipulation over you, what do? They make you feel terrible about yourself. But when you know who you are, when you value your self-love, when you understand that you are worthy, when you understand that you are the greatest person in your life, then you don't set yourself up in a trap for somebody else to make you feel like shit. But let me ask you this question. When you look at yourself in the mirror, what is the first thing that you tell yourself about yourself? Are you picking yourself apart, or are you loving yourself? Are you valuing yourself, or are you paying attention to everything that is not working, everything that is wrong with you? We teach people how to treat us based on how we treat ourselves. If you are your biggest critic, if everything about you is wrong, if you don't value the essence that you are, if you don't value the soul that you are, if you don't value the creation that you are, do you really expect somebody else to validate you? Do you really expect somebody else to see the beauty in you, to see the best in you, to see the amazing in you when you can't even see it for yourself? And so you set yourself up. You set yourself up to depend on other people to make you feel good about yourself. And that doesn't work. If I'm talking to you, let me hear it in the comment section. If this means something to you, if this is hitting you, if this is hitting a nerve, and this don't even have to be making you feel good right now. If this is hitting a nerve, then I need to hear your comment, but I also need you to share it with somebody, because there are many people out there who need to hear this message. When I talk about shit, shame, hurt, insecurities, and triggers, this is exactly what I'm talking about. But the problem in a lot of relationships is you're allowing yourself to be affected by someone else's shit. And the reason why they're bringing their shit to your table is because you got a whole bunch of your own shit that you won't clean up. A whole bunch of your own shame, hurt, insecurities, and triggers. And when you feel insecure about who you are, you open up a major door for a narcissist to come into your life. You open up a major door for an abuser to come into your life and take advantage of your vulnerabilities and your insecurities to keep you down. You know, it just, it bothers me so much when I work with my clients. You know, I work with mostly women. I do work with men, but mostly women. When they come to me and their entire spirit is broken, their entire soul is in pieces because they have allowed somebody in a relationship to utterly destroy their sense of value and their sense of worth. But the reason why that happens is because you didn't see it for yourself. You don't see it for yourself. If you can't see it for yourself, then don't expect somebody else to see it for you. It just doesn't work that way, because you attract to yourself who you are, not what you want. You attract energy that is going to support your insecurities. You attract energy that's going to support your shame. You attract energy that's going to support your hurt. And so I want to tell you today, if you are on the other side, especially of a terrible relationship, of an abusive relationship, of a relationship with a narcissist, stop. Do not get involved in another relationship. You need to heal. You need to find yourself. You need to connect to yourself. You need to see yourself. You need to heal at the soul level, because that's where you're broken. That's where all of your hurt is stored. That's where all of your shame is stored. That's where all of your insecurities are stored. And it did not just happen as a result of this past broken relationship. You've been dealing with shit a long time. Shame, hurt, insecurities, and triggers. A long time. It came in your childhood. And you need to be able to identify the root that is causing you to continue to put up with the crap that you have been putting up with in relationships. And let me tell you, if you don't heal that, if you don't heal that brokenness, if you don't heal that trauma, because you attract to yourself who you are, you're going to continue to attract those types of relationships. Mary today, Sue tomorrow, Jane next week, all the same person. Bob yesterday, Philip 2 years from now, same person, because you're not healing where you need to be healing. You are not destroying the root. Do you know that you can cut a tree from the top of the soil? If you don't destroy that root, that tree is going to continue to grow. There's going to be some sprouts. There's going to be some branches. There's going to be some leaves that are going to show up. And so if you're identifying that you're seeking for all of your validation, you're seeking for all of your sense of self and all of your sense of worth and value in external circumstances, external people, and you find that you're always disappointed, it's because there's something inside of you that is attracting that energy. And you need to start with that woman. You need to start with that man in the mirror. You got to stop blaming the people who you're in a relationship with for not showing up for you the way that you need them to show up for you. The problem is that you need somebody to do something for you because you haven't discovered how to give that to yourself yet. If you've been following me for some time, you know my story of rejection, particularly as it pertains to my father. I never felt valued. I never felt worthy, from the time that I was a child. But that energy really came in when I was a fetus in my mother's womb. And if you want to know more about that, then click on the link in the description box and let's connect, because there is such a thing as womb transference. And a lot of what we deal with, a lot of what we struggle with has been transferred when we were a fetus in the mother's womb. And so, that's why when I work with my clients who are mothers, I talk to them in a very specific way as it pertains to the energies that they were experiencing when they were pregnant, especially if they're having problems with their children. Okay, so if you want to find out more about that, then let's connect. But, I felt rejection even as a fetus in the womb because my mother was experiencing a lot of rejection. And then when I was born, my father did not want another girl. And here I was, another girl. And so, he wasn't very happy about that. And then I'm this other girl who, her soul is telling her where to go. And I'm not really being led by what my father wants me to do, right? So it was a whole lot of rejection. And I felt a whole lot of, insecurities and self-esteem issues as it pertained to my father. Specifically, remember, as I'm talking to you right now, my father bribed me a lot to lose weight. I was always more chunky child. And so I never felt good when it came to my physical appearance. And so it's funny because, I found myself feeling really uncomfortable when people talked about how I looked, but yet I still wanted them to like how I looked, right? And the persons who I was in relationships with, a lot of times had the power, because I gave it to them, to really make me feel even more insecure and shoot my self-esteem to shit, right? And not until I was ready to face the pain, the root of the pain, the root of the trauma, Not until I was willing to face that and ready to face that was I able to heal beyond that, And so, if you're dealing right now with a lot of insecurities and a lot of self-esteem issues, and you find that you do look for other people to validate you, then there's something inside of you that's disconnected that you really need to address. Because one of the most dangerous things that you can do to yourself is give somebody else the power to make you feel good about who you are. And if you're watching this today, I believe that you are a powerful individual. If you're watching this today, I believe that you are somebody who has more on the inside that needs to be tapped into. If you're watching this today, I believe that you know that. And there might be some fears with stepping out into that, but don't deny your soul of what your soul is here to do. Do not deny yourself of being the greatest version of yourself. Do not deny yourself of discovering and aligning with your purpose. There's more to you. There's more within you. And I believe that it's time for you to tap into that, connect with that, activate that, initiate that, and step out into the world as the greatest version of yourself. I am so committed to supporting you on your mental and emotional wellness journey. If you need some support with that, then click the link in the description box and let's connect. And until next time, remember, if you desire it, then you do deserve it. Don't deny yourself of